what is it that we, and I say we, I sort of, speak of an all-inclusive humanity, and many are not part of this statement, but what is it that we have forgotten, or is there much that we can learn again or remember?
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing that's allowed for people. We forget and then we remember and then we forget and then we remember. And that's why our people say, we don't heal in a vacuum. We heal in relationship to others. And so that's what we're here for, really, is to keep reminding each other. We look at each other and find each other to be reflections of where we are. And so it kind of winds up being God talking to God about God all the time. And so you could look at me and say, Tom, this reminds me. And then go in, and then I go, oh yeah, now I remember. And then I could say the same thing to you, or we could say the same thing to Stephanie, and we keep remembering. The whole idea of remembering, we are here to learn to be human. Again, we came from spirit, we go back to spirit, we're going to learn to be human. And part of the process of learning to be human is this remembering. Because our people say, when we were up in heaven, up in space, and we were deciding on to come down here to be part of this incredible earth walk, and how beautiful it was going to be, and that we would have to spend a certain amount of time in this incubation period, we didn't really have a full understanding of the kind of atmospheric changes we were going to go through in the journey from the Pleiades to here. So we developed something that's come to be known as angelic jet lag. And sure enough, when we got to be part of that incubation period, we kind of forgot our life in heaven. And we came on the planet kind of like amnesia victims, learning fresh and new. This whole thing, who am I? Why am I here? I forgot. You know what I mean? And so this process of remembering, my grandfather used to say, we come down to this planet, some assembly required, batteries not included. But nobody wants to read the instructions. So they try to put it together. They get to be about 30, 35 years old, and the screw's loose and the spring's missing. Then they start looking around for some instructions. So they find the Bible or the Torah or the Quran or the Kabbalah or the Bhagavad Gita or the Vedas or How to Build a Universe and 5 Easy Lessons, and try to figure it out all over again. And so that process of remembering is key to our human beingness, and I think that's why it's so important to have loving community and family. They help each other remember why we're here and remember what it's supposed to be like to have all these incredible characteristics of what it means to be human. My grandmother said, the world, the earth, is perfect. It's just people that are having a bad conversation. And she said that it's up to us to learn, to remember, to raise the level of our personal poetry so that everything we say is a reflection of the highest characteristics of what we hold dear, of what it means to be human. It's a process we remember. And once we remember, then we reflect that by the words we use. So it's all in the language. It's inherent in the language we use. It's very important to be aware, that you're going to say something. And what is it? So you say, I'm going to say what I mean, and I'm going to mean what I say. Well, if we all started just doing these basic human processes, get together, form communities, remind each other of what it means, have the inherent self-realization to want to be free and independent and self-motivated, to rise to the level of what it means to be human. We're not snakes, we're not weasels, even though some of us act like that. You know what I mean? We're not coyotes. We're humans. And be proud and be good humans. And the process involves, for humans, to be stewards, to be caretakers, to shepherd this place. That's the original plan. It comes into us through the messages we get from light from the DNA that's found in the bee pollen and the spirulina and the chlorella that comes to us from starlight. It's encoded continuously. Here's the message. Here's the message. Can't you get the message? And now it's starting to come in the form of crop circles. It's coming in the form of music and sound and drums. It's coming in so many forms right now through the language of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And so that seems to be the theater of life. And so quite naturally it would be women. They're the life givers. Women are the reflection of Mother Earth. They carry the same characteristics that she does. And the men who have kind of been at the helm for a while, and you can see the damage that's been done. I love men. I'm so happy to be a man. But you can see what's happened to the world and in the past several thousand years when men have taken over the reins.